started developing this idea of a superhero who, through the pressures of society, doesn't want to be a superhero anymore. Because how would you feel as a teenager with all these powers, being godlike to everyone, and then fail at being what everyone wants you to aspire to be? And for me, that's the most relevant thing that I could think of.
Well, I guess when you meet Sam, he's an ordinary boy, and not ordinary in the sense of comfortable, but ordinary in the sense of bland. One of the main choices I made when playing Sam Evans as a superhero is I tried to stray away as far as possible from the stereotypical portrayal of superheroes, and I wanted to keep it really close to home and keep it real and keep it human, because sure, like, we can all relate to the Hulk saving the day, but how really can you relate to a being so unnatural?
When they watch this film, they'll be able to connect with Sam on the simple basis that we have a character who's running away from his problems. You know, he's constantly on the run.
My favorite part about shooting Icarus is probably it was my first time using an easy rig properly. I mean, we shot every single shot on the easy rig, and we were such a small crew and we had so many locations to shoot at one time. It was the only viable option, and I really learned a lot from using it.
The reason for my choice in wardrobe for him as a superhero was to keep it really realistic and simple, because we're trying to tell the superhero story from a different perspective. So we don't want your normal skinny tight superhero costume. We wanted it to be really realistic, as if a superhero is amongst us today, how would they look like in society?
What drew me to Icarus Rising has to be that the story deals with a universal issue. It really is a tale about picking yourself back up after you've fallen. I mean, we all make mistakes and we all fail at some point or the other. And you have to make a decision. Am I gonna just feel sorry for myself forever, or am I gonna pick myself back up and muster up the courage to keep on keeping on? And ultimately, I think Icarus Rising is a story about courage.
My favorite time on set was probably the first day, where we had a campfire going. And for me, that's when it solidified, wow, this is really the film that I've always wanted to make.
So you're another stray emo kid, searching for enlightenment, I see.
My favorite scene in the film has to be the campfire scene on the first day. It was the one I was worried most about, lighting and power. And when we got there, we did well. The location looked good, the lighting was good, and it really set a tone for the rest of the shoot.
My favorite scene in the film would be the vagabond scene, because this is the first time Sam really exposes why he has left, why he is doing everything he has done, and why he is so broken.
I'm that superhero everyone hates.
For me, my favorite scene in the film has got to be the bus scene, mainly because it was a real challenge to edit, and it was quite a big set, if I must say so myself, especially as a student at AFTER.
My favorite scene of the film, I would have to say, is the bus scene. It might have been difficult at times, but you know what, it was the best learning experience. It was fun, like just having the actors in wardrobe, even with their guns, and I really, really loved that scene.
Favorite scene in the film? I like the video logs, actually. All the video logs in the film are my favorite, because that's when we really get insight into, I guess, the inner workings of our protagonist and the superhero, and he's just so vulnerable and we really connect with him.
What I wanted to achieve as well is to really get into the inner workings and really create a character-driven story that the audience can relate to, instead of a superhero film that you're just there for the spectacle. Of course, we have the spectacle in the regards of the bus scene, but it's really about the characters and the emotion, and that's what we really wanted to achieve. So this film isn't for everyone. But if you wanted that superhero film that connects with the character that you can relate to, then this film is the one for you.